a Christmas present from his sister. The $10 scratch-off game, $500,000 Holiday Millions, launched in October and gives players the chance to win more than $48 million in prizes, including two top prizes of $2 million. Scratch-off games account for about 65% of ticket sales and generated more than $734 million for the Educational Enhancement Trust Fund in the fiscal year of 2015 and 16. Authorities are saying a fire at a Central Florida hotel appears to have been set on purpose. A spokesperson for the Florida Fire Marshal's office told news outlets in Central Florida that several mattresses outside the hotel in Kissimmee appeared to have been set on fire early Friday morning. The scene of the incident was the Uno Boutique Hotel. The resulting blaze, which started near the back of the building in an area of new construction, did not harm anybody. It did, however, force at least 250 people to be evacuated from the hotel and were effectively displaced. Disney and Osceola County are reportedly helping many of these people find housing. Roughly 175 people are finding space to stay in area hotels. An Ocala man is in critical condition after he was hit by a car while walking at the intersection of Pine Avenue and 17th Street yesterday morning. Ocala police say 53-year-old Vernon Adams was walking south on Southeast 3rd Avenue around 7 a.m. when a car driving east on 17th Street hit him. Adams was taken to Ocala Regional Medical Center and is in critical condition. Police say the driver, identified as 30-year-old Robert Wambold, is a Marion County firefighter who was on his way to work at the time of the accident. Wambold got out of his car and gave Adams first aid until paramedics arrived. A family in Silver Springs is left homeless after their mobile home was destroyed by a fire Monday morning. Linda Simpson says she got a text message from her son Christopher McKinnon around 2:30 Monday morning saying his mobile home had caught on fire. Simpson said, "From what we understand and what we are told, something was thrown into their bedroom window which had exploded and caught on fire." She says her son Christopher was trying to save his girlfriend going down the hallway and he could not get the flames out. Simpson says McKinnon and his girlfriend Margaret Crawford made it out safely. She was rushed to Ocala Regional Medical Center with second-degree burns while he was taken to Shands Hospital suffering from more severe third-degree burns. Florida's state fire marshals and Marion County Sheriff's deputies have not confirmed what caused the fire, but an investigation is ongoing. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
All right, 8 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this very non-busy, very non-busy Wednesday morning. It is busy, but it's not too busy. You know, we had a guest scheduled, Larry Pratt. We've had Larry Pratt on the station, on the show before. He's the executive director of Gun Owners of America, and quite often he talks to us about legislation that affects gun ownership. I couldn't get him. I called the number, and it just rang and rang. It didn't even go to an answering machine, so it's the only number I have. He was going to give us a report about the top 10 accomplishments of Gun Owners of America and its members during the year that's about to end. So, the one thing, I guess, that goes without saying is that I believe that we all should have a right to defend ourselves, and if they make guns illegal, you know, the bumper sticker, then the bad guys will be the ones with the guns. So when guns, what's the bumper sticker? If you outlaw guns, guns will be out. Only outlaws will have guns. Well, the last half hour was spent with Larry Lansbury, and since I have a moment here, I wanted to kind of re-mention this. Gosh, once in a while there'll be something that just makes you think about life, doesn't it? Toward the end of the conversation, we were talking about how, you know, you go to you go online, for example, and you see famous people and rich people and the amazing lifestyles that they live, and we all aspire to be that, and nobody takes it. I wouldn't want to take that away from anybody, but you have to wonder: do you really need, a $60 million boat? Do you really need that boat? No, nobody's saying you have to. But here's the other argument to that: if you buy a $60 million boat, then you've paid $60 million to somebody who manufactured that boat, and that's a lot of work. So I guess there's an argument for those kinds of purchases. It's I don't know. I don't know if you have, and Larry was talking to us about how there are homeless people or low wage people who are living in our community right here, and they have an adult who is working full time in the family, a mom or a dad, and they're still having to struggle. They're still having to count their pennies. They're still needing help from a food bank. Wow, it is something to think about. The answers are out there somewhere. I don't know. I mean, I am a firm believer. I mean, this is the difference between liberal thinking and conservative thinking. It's that, well, here, let me tell you the similarity between the two. And I think this is safe to say. I'm friends with people who consider themselves liberal and friends who consider themselves conservative. And here's what's the same on both sides. They both want to help. I absolutely believe that. I just think that the conservative side thinks that it should be done individually and voluntarily, and just let your heart dictate to you what you do with your extra money or how you donate to different charities. I think the liberal mindset is that you can't trust the average person to come forward to help people, and therefore you have to have a tax, and therefore and then redistribute that money. And my thought on that is, okay, that would be all well and good if it actually worked out that way, but it never does. Because you have elected officials who are the beneficiaries of that money, and it does not trickle down to the poor that it was intended for. So I think if you look at ultimately the same end goal, which is to help out people who need help, that is the same. So in that regard, the liberal and the conservative really do think the same way. It's just how you accomplish that goal that is the argument. When you donate to a charity and you are very confident in that charity, and then you see a news report that the CEO of that charity is making, an unusually large amount of money, you get sick. You say, "Oh my gosh, I've been giving to this charity for so long," and then you just decide, "Okay, I'm not going to give to them anymore," which is a really good thing. It's one of the beautiful things about this country is that we have freedom of speech and the right to publicize things. And so, if you have a company or nonprofit or whatever that is really not behaving the way it should, then you don't have to worry about some government agency, coming to arrest you because you're not going to give anymore. You just stop giving, and you find another agency to give to. When you hear stories about different nonprofits that are doing really, really well, and 99% of the time, and maybe 100% of the time, if it's a local organization, it is. I mean, I always feel that there's probably very little chance that these people, because they're living in modest accommodations themselves, so they will come to the different radio stations. And I'm so proud that WOCA has an open door policy with the nonprofits, because they come in here as Mr. Lansbury just did, and he tells us about what they're doing and why they're doing it. And you listen to his story, and you realize he has dedicated his whole life as a pastor, as a minister, as a missionary. He went to Haiti for 20-something years. Haiti, oh my gosh, and helps out people who are in the government really doesn't want to help out. It's so sickening. So anyway, just to capitalize on that just for a second, if you want to help them out, they're having a yard sale. It'll be 3 weeks from this Saturday. I'm going to go. I've got some stuff that Jim George gave me that I'm never going to use. They're old black and white photos of rock stars from the early days of rock and roll, and I don't know if anybody's going to want them, but I'm going to donate them to him, to Mr. Lansbury, and he puts them out on the yard sale. Maybe people will pay $1 or 50 cents for them. It'll raise some money. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Some fog patches around Wednesday morning, otherwise a warm day with clouds and sun. There may be a shower near the coast, high 79 to 83. Wednesday night will be partly cloudy and mild, low 59 to 63. Thursday remaining warm with intervals of clouds and sun, high 76 to 80. For Friday, partly sunny, breezy and cooler, high 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin. You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2017. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated. Experienced and reliable. Commercial and residential. Licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Proud United States veteran.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey, Robin, did you know the Pac Mail store has moved?
After 22 years of business in Churchill Square, they moved?
Yes, the new store is 1 mile west of their old location on 17th Street, right across from Penn Flooring.
Do they still have the same smiling faces and great customer service?
They pack it, ship it, crate it, and freight it using FedEx, USPS, DHL, or UPS. A great way to start the new year.
You shop, we ship. Pac Mail, 1202 Southwest 17th Street, Suite 201. Call 352-368-9779.
Have you heard about Canterfield of Ocala, the new class-assisted living? Monday, January 2nd at 10:05, Dr. James McCullough, Executive Director of Canterfield of Ocala, will be our guest. Dr. McCullough will be telling us about the different levels of care available and the neighborhood concept. So be sure to tune in Monday, January 2nd at 10:05 for our interview with James McCullough. It's news you can use now and in the future right here on The Source, WOCA.
Thank you. 18 minutes. I'm thanking myself. 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Beautiful Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. 65 degrees. Temperatures today climbing to 80 degrees. And then tonight dropping to 60. Tomorrow, some rain moving in. About a 50% chance we'll see rain tomorrow. But the cold front will be part of that, whether it rains or not. And that means that the high tomorrow is about 5 degrees less than it will be today. 75 degrees is the predicted high for Thursday, and then Thursday night is when you'll start to feel it becoming a little cool. 42 degrees is the overnight low for Thursday night. Friday, the high will be only 60 degrees, so tonight's low is the same as Friday's high temperatures, and then by Friday night, look for temperatures before Saturday morning to drop to 33 degrees. It doesn't say anything about freezing on here, so it looks like they're pretty confident it'll get right down about to the freezing mark and then kind of hover before coming back up on Saturday to around 70, where things warm up a little bit. When you say Happy New Year, it'll be about 50 degrees out there if the weatherman is accurate here. And then the first day of January, the first day of 2017, it'll be about 80 degrees in the day and 60 at night, same as today. So we got a little bit of a dip in the temperatures, which means you can still wear your boots and your sweaters and your keep your quilts on your bed, etc. And I don't see any really cold temperatures after that, and at least not through the first few days of the new year. So where are you going for the new year? What are you going to do? I have a few recommendations for you if you want to travel a little bit. These are the top 10 best places for a New Year's celebration according to FloridaTravelLife.com. When Anthony James is here a little while later, I want to ask him if he has any ideas. For me, the ideal I have on my bucket list. I do have Times Square on my bucket list. I grew up in New York. I never once was in Times Square for New Year's. It was considered stupid. But now, since I've lived away from there for so long, I want to go do this. But when I was growing up in New York, and when I was back as a young man, I was in New York a lot playing music, and pretty much it was the general sentiment was, it's stupid to be in Times Square on New Year's. Only tourists do that. Well, there's got to be 1 million or more tourists, whatever it is. The number is huge. And now that I'm, getting older and don't live there anymore, and I love visiting New York, and it's not the same as living there, but it's still kind of cool to go back. I have it on my bucket list now to be there on one New Year's Eve. But actually, hey, how you doing? But the one thing that I probably am most likely to do for the rest of my life is just simply either watch it on the internet or watch it on TV. So I will be, that would be nice, just to kind of, have a cup of iced tea or something. All right, so here are the top 10 places according to Florida Travel Life, the top 10 places in Florida to have a New Year's bash. The Hotel Duval Moroccan has a New Year's Eve bash. This is up in Tallahassee at the Level 8 Lounge. It's $150 a person, $225 a couple, and it's Moroccan-themed drinks and party favors, as well as delicious hors d'oeuvres and desserts. And the New Year's Eve room package includes breakfast and swag for $359 per couple. So that's the one where you get the room as well. So you get a room at the hotel, not a bad idea. And that's number 10 of the top 10 places in Florida to have a New Year's bash. Number 9, according to FloridaTravelLife.com, is the annual Harbor Rockin' Street Party in Harbor Walk Village in Destin. Destin is in the Panhandle. They've got fireworks, concerts. It's Northwest Florida's one and only ball drop. This is one of New Year's Eve party you don't want to miss, it says here. I don't see any prices here. But there you go. Number 8 on their list is the Mango's Gala New Year's Eve party. This is in South Beach in Miami at the Mango's Tropical Cafe. This runs anywhere from $50 a person to $350 a person. This is the Latin Connection, the South Florida favorite. They'll be playing all night long. I guess that's a band. They've got Mango's dancers. They provide eye candy. That's good. And inspire you to hit the floor as well. At midnight, step outside to enjoy Miami Beach's fireworks display. And that's number 8 on the list. Number 7, it's a little bit closer to home, is St. Petersburg. The Starlight New Year's Eve Cruise. This is $119.95. It's a cruise. Cruise into the new year. Escape for the night, or at least 4 hours of it, on a luxury yacht and indulge with a sit-down dinner and complimentary premium open bar throughout the evening and a champagne toast at midnight. So you're on the water somewhere. I don't know if you're in Tampa Bay or out in the Gulf. The next one, number 6 of the top 10 places to spend your New Year's Eve celebration, is the Rooftop Hyde Park Village, Tampa. The Rooftop Eve is what they're calling it. This is in Tampa. The low end is $150. The upper end is $175. Described as mysterious and elegant, this upscale New Year's Eve party takes over the top to the next level with its modern decor. And they're asking that you wear a mask. This year's theme is Moulin Rouge. It says complimentary spirits, wine, beer, and champagne. It's not complimentary. If you're paying $150, how is that complimentary? All paired with live entertainment and a breathtaking view of Tampa's fireworks. So that'll be number 6 on the list. Number 5, Rockin' the Dock New Year's Eve party in Cocoa Beach at the Cocoa Beach Pier. This is only $20. It's a lot closer. No, it's not. Not really. Not to Tampa, but it's a lot cheaper. Ring in the new year with the Oceanside Bash. Surf through the 5 different parties. Okay, so they have 5 different parties happening at once. They got entertainment, champagne. You got the picture. Number 4 of the top 10 places to go see New Year's Eve in Florida is in St. Augustine. I love St. Augustine, by the way. It's called the Beach Blast-Off. St. Johns County Fishing Pier and Pavilion is the location. They have a chili cook-off. This one is free. Oh, really? St. Augustine Beach Blast Off is known for its fire and ice chili cook-off. There you go. That's a free one. All right, here's the top 3. Number 3 is in Miami. It's at the Bayfront Park. This admission is free also. Both MSN and USA Today have declared South Florida to be one of the top places in the world to ring in the new year. This is famous and free. It's good for families or partygoers that have live music all evening, yummy food, and a fireworks show at midnight. Well, see, why not? Why not make it free and then you have to pay for the food, right? That's the way to do it. And they have a big orange that descends down a pole at that one to mark the new year. Number 2 is Amelia Island at the Ritz-Carlton. This New Year's Eve bash costs $200. It's a masquerade ball. And pretty much the same thing as everybody else has. And number 1 is in Key West. Their number 1 pick to spend midnight New Year's Eve. It's the Key West New Year's Eve celebration on Duval Street. The admission is free. This is the quirky cultural lifestyle that you've been hearing about all year long. Key West is famous for its funky drop traditions, whether it's the conch shell drop at Sloppy Joe's or the descent of the Sushi the drag queen in her signature 8-foot red high heel shoe on Duval Street, or the dropping of the pirate wench from a ship's mast at Schooner's Wharf. Those are the 3 things they dropped down in Key West. It's a big party. I imagine there's probably lots of food and drinks for sale, but it is considered a free event, and it's considered the number 1 event in the state of Florida. Here in Ocala, I don't know of any. I don't know if you have any. I'm sure there are probably some hotels that are hosting some. When Anthony gets here, we'll find out if his hotel is hosting any. If you have guests coming in from out of town, you might want to make those arrangements. It might be too late. You know, that's a great question for Anthony. So there you go. You know, we were talking about the different things that people drop for to mark the New Year's, like, for example, the ball in Times Square. So earlier this morning, I had a list of the things people drop or raise in some cases. So here we go. You ready? In New York, they drop a ball. Simple. In Manhattan, Kansas, they drop an apple. I guess that's because their name is Manhattan. In Lebanon, Pennsylvania, they drop bologna. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, they raise a red rose. In Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, it's Mechanicsburg, they drop a wrench. In Mobile, Alabama, they raise a moon pie. In Pensacola, Florida, they drop a pelican. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, they drop a globe. I guess that would be a globe of the earth. In Plymouth, Wisconsin, they drop a big cheese. In Port Clinton, Ohio, they drop a walleye fish. In Atlanta, they drop a peach. In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, they drop a marshmallow peep. In Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, they drop a pickle. In Duncannon, Pennsylvania, they drop a sled. In Easton, Maryland, they drop a crab. In Fayetteville, Arkansas, they drop a hog. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Jess. There's Jess. In Fredericksburg, Virginia, they drop a pear. Flagstaff, Arizona, they drop a pine cone. In Hershey, Pennsylvania, they raise a Hershey Kiss, a giant Hershey Kiss. In Houston, Texas, they drop a star. In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, they drop a strawberry. In Pottsville, Pennsylvania, they drop a beer bottle. In Raleigh, North Carolina, they drop an acorn. In Seattle, Washington, the Space Needle elevator rises to mark the new year. In Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, they drop an anchor. Steelton, Pennsylvania, they drop a steamroller. In Terre Haute, Indiana, they drop a watermelon. And in York, Pennsylvania, they drop a white rose. We will take a little break, and what is up next is an infomercial to help you have some better windows. It is from our friends over at Renewal by Andersen. We'll listen to that right now. We'll be back in about a half hour. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president-elect out with more tweets this morning, saying he's doing his best to disregard the many inflammatory President O statement and roadblocks, adding, thought it was going to be a smooth transition. Not. Also weighing in on Israel, saying we can't let Israel be treated with such disdain and disrespect.
Israeli news outlets are reporting that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is particularly worried about the U.S. making a final push at the UN Security Council to lay the groundwork for a Palestinian state. President Obama's Deputy National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes said earlier this week the U.S. did not have any plans to do that.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. The second black box from the crashed Russian military jet's been found in the recovery effort. Divers emerging from the Black Sea, part of the search for debris and bodies. All 92 on board are believed to be dead. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's your last chance for the best deals of the season during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announced, get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Or check out special year-end lease deals across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Fusion, Explorer, and the Built Ford Tough F-150. These are the best deals of the season for a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford year-end event. Your last chance to get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Ends January 3rd. Supply of vehicles with Ford Smart Bonus is limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT 350, Ford GT, F-150 Raptor, F-650, or 750. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com to find specially tagged vehicles and for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, taking retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/3/2017. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
Central Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD, every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
So if there's a rift, a disagreement, a falling out between you and a friend, a coworker, or your partner, I want you to say these 6 words. It's my fault. I'll fix it. If you want to encourage better communication with your kids, it's simple. Start texting them more often. But when we make a spur-of-the-moment decision to react, our gut usually pushes us to help others.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Welcome to the Renewal Home Show, bringing you expert advice for home improvements and energy efficiency. And now, here's your host, Jared Mellick.
Hello, welcome back. That's right, it is the Renewal Home Show. Hi, my name is Jared Mellick. I am with you today to talk to you about all things home improvement and construction here at the Renewal Home Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. And we are joined today by Chelsea Rakuzik. She's the Director of Marketing for Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me today.
We appreciate you joining us for sure. We are going to talk today about green stuff, about good quality materials that are good for the environment. And we're going to talk about specifically about window replacement and how Renewal by Andersen has tackled the green movement having to do with home improvement products, specifically about windows and doors. Thank you so much for spending today with us.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
All right. Plus, we have a special. You guys are doing a special for our listeners, for the Renewal Home Show listeners. You're not going to want to miss it. Listen to today's show. There is a great special for our listeners and specifically for callers. If you're thinking about replacing your windows, you definitely need to listen to today's show, and we're going to have a special for you coming up.
Yes.
Okay. So we hear all about green products and specifically about things that are good for the environment, things that are sustainable. And I don't know that people think about replacement windows as being at one of the things at the top of the list, but it is.
It is at the top of the list. There's a lot of things that go into being green. I know a lot of people are a lot more aware about, what they're buying, what they're purchasing, how much they're recycling, what they're putting back into the environment. And Renewal by Andersen takes great pride. We are actually Green Seal certified. We're one of the first and only window companies to be Green Seal certified. We also are the Energy Star Partner of the Year, which is a huge award, and we're very happy to let everyone know about that award. We take great pride in our energy efficiency. But one of the ways that we're environmental is that we have a smart use of energy. So we help with in-home energy savings, cutting electrical bills. Our windows have that much more ability to keep the heat in when you're heating your home and keep the cool in when you're cooling your home, which here in Florida, I know we typically have our AC running a lot more than anything else. So we want to make sure that the cool stays in and you're not paying for cooling the outdoors and your neighbor's dog. So we want to help you, keep it that way and keep your costs low.
Energy efficiency is one of the main ways to be green, because what happens is consumption of energy. That is where it's at. If you have the energy efficient materials, for example, if you have a window and door that restricts heat transfer from one area to the other, the more the cool stays in or the heat stays in, depending on what time of year it is, the less you're using that air conditioner, that heating system, the less your energy bills are going to be, which means that's less that the power company has to actually make.
It is, and the less you have to pay them, which is even better. And not only can you shrink your energy bills, you can also shrink your carbon footprint. And the average that we have is 12% nationwide compared to non-certified products. So we take great pride in that. We know that everybody's trying to do their part, and this is just one way we're trying to do ours.
So by reducing the amount of energy that people consume, they're also affecting the green, which is their pocketbook.
Yes. Two greens, the environment and their pocketbook, which it's a win-win situation.
Now, also, I know the next one is actually indoor air quality, which this is really big right now. There are a lot of products that affect indoor air quality in a negative way, but Renewal by Andersen, your guys' window replacement, affects it in a positive.
Right, and I know a lot of people, specifically who have children or friends or their parents, they have asthma or health issues, so they have to be very specific about the air quality that they have, especially within their home, just to try and stay healthy and make sure that they can live their day-to-day lives on a normal basis. And we were the first window companies to receive the SCS Global Service Indoor Advantage Gold certification. So it's the strictest indoor air emission standard in the country. So this certification guarantees that products contribute to a healthy and safe indoor environment, which is important to everyone.
You know, the thing is that when it comes to windows and doors, it's a huge hole in the side of the house. And if it's not sealed properly, then you can have the outside contaminants actually come into the inside. You want to be able to control where air is coming in and where it's going out in order to truly affect air quality in a positive way.
Right. And I had always been somewhat skeptical, to be honest. And then I ended up replacing my windows with Renewal by Andersen. And I was shocked at how much less I was dusting my home. And what that told me is that all that dust that had been getting into my home was coming in through my windows and through my doors that I thought had been sealed. And I come to find out that they weren't. So I'm really glad that I had ended up replacing my windows and doors. I was replacing any of the vents and the seals that I had for my air conditioning to be running. I didn't have to replace that as often, the filter, and I had better air quality in my home, and I was dusting less, which is always better.
So not only do you work for them, but you're also a customer
Yes.
of Renewal by Andersen.
I am. I'm a believer. So I believe if you're going to represent a product, you really want to stand behind it. And so I had the windows installed in my home, and I'm a true believer in the product 100%.
Now, I'm sure that you got a special very similar to what we're giving the special to the Renewal by Andersen listeners. You're not going to believe this. Renewal by Andersen has agreed just for our listeners to give them 30% off the entire order.
We have. I think, we were drinking or something this morning, but we decided to do a 30% off your entire order. We never give an offer like this. It's only for the show, only to the listeners, and it's to the first 7 callers that call in. So make sure you have a pen and a pad of paper out or your cell phone in the notes section there.
But not if you're driving.
Yes.
If you're driving, do not type this in, but you got to pull over. In fact, we'll give you about 20 seconds if you want to get to a safe area. We don't want to cause anybody to wreck or anything if you're driving. But you can also, that's a good thing about voice recorders on cell phones now is that you can do it that way. But
the phone number, it's 888-713-7210. And I'll give it to you again just in case you didn't pull over yet. It's 888-713-7210. And that's 30% off your entire project. So make sure to call us today because we never do offers like this. And we're just trying to reach out and show thanks to the listeners of the show.
Yeah, so it's only for our Renewal Home Show listeners. And again, it's the first 7 callers, 888-713-7210. And for more information, you can visit the website, which is renewalbyandersen.com. You can get more information about Renewal by Andersen through that. But the offer is not available actually through the website. You have to specifically call this one number. This one number is the only way that you get the 30% offer, and it's 888-713-7210. And we will be giving that number sometime between now and the end of the show. And so if you missed it and you want to get to a place that's safe to be able to write it down, you can do that. You can't Google to find this number. It's only available here through the Renewal Home Show. We'll give it the number out again here in just a moment. So we're talking about green today, specifically about green products and how Renewal by Andersen is one of those great green products.
Right.
And so what's the next thing that makes you guys green?
So the next thing is the smart use of our materials. So we talk about Fibrex material a lot, what it's made out of, and the fact that we are 40% reclaimed wood fiber as well as 60% thermopolymer. Well, that 40% reclaimed wood fiber, it comes from our wood fiber and our wood industry plants at Andersen Corporation. So what they do is they have these giant machines where they're working on the wood windows all day at other parts of Andersen, and they collect them in this giant bag, and it's pretty neat to see how they do it. And then all of those wood fibers actually get sent to Renewal by Andersen so we can reuse that in our windows.
This is really pretty amazing. So what had happened is over the years with Andersen, they make a lot of wood products, even today. And so every time that you cut the wood, there's sawdust that within the cuts, or there's small trim pieces or small ends that can't actually be used in other areas. And so what Andersen decided to do is they decided to come up with a material that actually used all of that wood waste. So rather than take all of that material that is not usable somewhere else and just throw it away and build up the landfills and cause a huge amount of waste, Andersen decided to collect that material and come up with a wood material that doesn't rot called Fibrex.
Right. And it's really neat. It's like a giant vacuum inside of all their wood manufacturing plants. And it's great to see that they're doing something good for the company, not only for the company, but also, for the environment. What that does is that wood gets reused and goes into a durable, strong product that they can be proud of, that cuts costs and energy bills for other homeowners, but also cuts costs for the plants and the energy that they use that they would have otherwise put towards getting rid of all those wood fibers.
And that cost cutting comes down to the consumer, so that way you can get a great durable product at a reasonable price.
Right.
So the sustainability of material and about reusing or recycling, they're taking what would be waste and actually using it to fabricate the product into a long-term durable product. And the thing is that they went through this process for years and years and years, perfecting it before it was actually brought out to the public.
Yeah, they've been testing it for a long time. The Fibrex material now has been around for just going over 20 years, but they had tested it for at least 10 years before they made it available to build windows and doors out of, before they started releasing it to the public. So it's something that we're very proud of, because we know that we took the time to make sure that we're doing it right, and that we're doing it right the first time for the benefit of our customers. We stand behind it. I know we had been talking offline about people who've had their windows replaced even after only getting new ones installed as short as 6 months ago. And our product will last, and that's another way that we're energy efficient. So instead of having to worry about replacing your windows even after 10 years, we have longevity. So that means you put us in your home, we're going to stay and we're going to last. So we believe in doing it once and doing it right, and we stand behind that 100%.
Now, you guys actually, Renewal by Andersen specifically, the window replacement division of Andersen Corporation, started installing Renewal by Andersen windows over 20 years ago. And just recently, you guys went back to some of the customers, the original 20-plus-year-old customers, and removed some of the windows to do a test on them to see how it is that they were holding up. So how did they do?
Right. So we know that a lot can change in 20 years, but we believe that your windows and doors shouldn't. And that was definitely something that we discovered when we went back to those original customers, those test homes, everything that we had done when we first installed. We pulled the windows out. They did a rigorous testing through research and development department, and everything was just as good as the day that they installed it. And we couldn't have been more proud. They didn't need any painting. There was no warping, cracking. There were no maintenance issues with the windows whatsoever. The glass was still filled with the argon and nitrogen filling that we put in the glass. There was no seal failure. Everything was 100%.
Which is pretty amazing. Andersen, which has been in business over 100 years, been building quality products for slightly longer than I've been alive.
Slightly.
But been installing window and door products for a long time. They went and removed perfectly good windows and doors out of a home just to be able to do testing on them to make sure that the promises that they made to people, they would be able to withstand and be able to stand behind.
Right, and we do that in multiple ways as well. We remove perfectly good windows, but we also have different testing facilities throughout the U.S. in different climates. We're always testing our product. We want to make sure that it withstands the extreme cold temperatures that are up in Alaska. We want to make sure it withstands the extreme heat that's in places like Florida as well as Arizona and desert climates as well as tropical climates. We're in the Midwest. We're also in the Northeast. So every climate there is where they're testing our windows to make sure that it's going to last. And if there's any changes that we need to make, we can catch it up front instead of on the back half.
So the longevity of the product means that there's less of the old product in the landfill. I mean, the thing is that so many times we see that products are made to be thrown away. The life cycle is 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. But that's not the way that it is with the Andersen Renewal by Andersen Fibrex window product. It's designed to be in your home for a long time.
Right. And that's what we want to do. We want you to be proud of the home that you live in. A lot of people are choosing to stay within their homes. They're not building or switching as much. So take that money that you would have spent on a brand new home and put it back into your home so you can re-love it and know that the windows are going to last just as long as you want to stay in that home and beyond, even on to the next owner. So if you ever do choose to sell it, we do offer transferable warranty. And if you have a new buyer, they can take on that warranty for the windows in the home.
So I want to talk about the warranty for a second. So many times warranties have so many loopholes, and a lot of times specifically with a window and door warranty, because most of them they're made by a manufacturer and then they're sold through some sort of distributorship, and then there's a local installer that then would purchase them, and then they may have somebody else actually installing them. But that's not the way that Renewal by Andersen does it. Renewal by Andersen specifically is the window and door replacement division of Andersen Corporation. So therefore, it's Renewal by Andersen start to finish.
Right. So from the person who you speak to on the phone when you dial the phone number that we're going to give you again later today, all the way through the design consultant who comes and helps you pick out the windows for your project, to the tech measure who comes out and measures your opening for plumb and square and to make sure that that window we give you fits your home, all the way through to the installers, and any warranty or service work that you may need. It's us 100% all the way. So we like to be your one-stop shop and make sure that we're there to ease the stress and ease the worry that a home improvement project can bring.
So it really is Renewal by Andersen start to finish, which makes a big difference. I hear nightmare stories all the time where somebody has some sort of problem with a product, and let's face it, not everybody's perfect. Things are going to screw up over time. Even whether it's a big manufacturer like Andersen or whether it's a small installer, things are going to happen.
Right.
And so the process with Renewal by Andersen, though, is that there's no finger pointing. It's not, it's this person. No, it's this person, because there isn't anybody else.
Right. It is only us. So we own it and we have 100% accountability. We even have a 2-year warranty on our installation process. Being in the window industry for a while, I have seen where other companies, they'll sell their window product, then it may be a contractor or a sub or someone else who installs the product, and they don't install it correctly. Well, now your warranty is voided because it had an incorrect installation, and now who do you go to? The main manufacturer doesn't want to back the warranty. The company who you went to doesn't want to back it because they had a sub install it. So now you're wrapped up in this whole issue trying to figure out what to do. Well, we back our installation. We have a 2-year warranty on it. If you have an issue, any issues with the project that you find, just give us a call and we'll be the ones to come out. We handle the whole situation. We know it can be stressful. We've all been there, so we want to do it right.
And there's no finger pointing because the finger would always just point right back to you guys. There's nobody else to point to. It's like literally you guys own the whole process from start to finish. So therefore, if something's wrong, Renewal by Andersen is going to handle it, and they're going to handle it well.
Right. We're going to point our fingers back at ourselves. So it's pretty simple that way. You call it, we fix it, and that's just how it is.
So green products are much bigger today than they've ever been. So we've talked about energy efficiency. We've talked about air quality. We talked about smart use of the material where you're not you're doing more energy efficient materials, and we're talking about a long product life cycle so that way we're not filling a bunch of stuff with landfills. And so the green movement that we have seen really is a big deal.
It is. It helps extend the life cycle of a home by installing more energy efficient windows. You're going to have less fading, warping to any of your furniture, any of your carpets. A lot of times people who have really expensive wood flooring actually end up having to replace their wood flooring because the sun that's coming in through their windows is fading their flooring, and they don't even realize that they're having that issue. Even next to their patio door, sometimes the sun will be coming in and the wood has recolored or they're having issues there in their home. So with our windows and with our doors, you won't have that issue. You won't have any fading of your furniture, fading of your carpet. You don't have other expensive replacement projects that you have to do when you replace with our windows.
Yeah, the other thing is that installation matters with windows and doors, and we see, I've been in construction from the time I was a little kid, and have done construction and home improvement for years and years and years, and we see that a lot of the damage that occurs to the home actually starts with the windows and doors, because whether it's the fading that you talked about, or whether it's the window or door not installed properly, and you get wood rot below it, there's a lot of problems that come from the not having the right product or having it not installed properly.
Right. We had a customer in the past who never realized that they had an issue around their window. So I always like to tell people to go do a perimeter check, look at your house actually from the outside. Is the stucco still there, or the brick, or whatever the exterior of your home is? Is there any gaps or any warping in your window and in the frame? Because water is such an interesting thing. If there's a way for it to get in, it will get in. And you may not know that it is even getting into your home. But windows and doors are openings within your home. So if there's something not sealed, or it's warping, or it's giving away, that water, I've seen it get into the people's home and cause all sorts of issues all the way through to their flooring, even to the interior of their walls, where we had to replace drywall before we could put the windows back in.
The number one most destructive force to a home on a national level on a yearly basis is water. Water causes more damage to homes throughout the United States than anything else. And so making sure that your home is protected from that water is a good start to that, is having a great window and door like the Renewal by Andersen product. Now, we've talked about green materials, and I gotta say, I'm not really a green guy. I think it's great, everything that you talked about, sustainable, all that stuff, and we've talked about it on the show, and that's phenomenal. But I personally am just not really a green guy. But I tell you, the best thing that I love about the Renewal by Andersen product is the green in my pocket.
Yes.
It's about the energy efficiency, where I know that I'm spending less on my power bills. I have more green in my pocket to keep because of the great energy efficient materials that Renewal by Andersen makes.
Right. And there's multiple ways to keep that green in your pocket and not sending it out to energy companies, electrical companies, you name it, they're taking it. Is through our windows and doors, through our energy efficiency that we can guarantee, through your energy bills that are going to be less. There's also a tax rebate out there. So if you go check out the website, if you replace with our windows, just keep all the stickers that come on the windows, and there is a tax credit, as well as working with your energy company. I know my energy company offers a rebate for putting in energy efficient windows and doors. So if you just work with them, they're able to help you out. You can get some more green back in your wallet.
That's right. And you can keep even more of that green because they have a special right now for our Renewal Home Show listeners. All you have to do is dial 888-713-7210, and the first 7 callers are going to get 30% off the entire order.
Yes.
So whatever it is that Renewal by Andersen normally charges, it's 30% less just for our listeners. It's not just 30% off the install. It's not 30% just off the material. It's 30% off the entire order. But you have to call now. You have to be one of the first 7 callers, 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. And you guys do full replacements on all different types of houses. So whether it's a stucco house, or whether it's siding, or whether they have aluminum windows now, or wood windows and doors, or all types of materials, you guys replace them.
Yep, you name it, we do it. So we are a custom window. So we come out and we measure your opening, no matter what the exterior, what the interior is. You name it, we do it. We find a way to fit that custom window that we make specifically for your home. We fit it to your home.
And you actually send a design consultant out that actually helps them through the process. So it's not only how it functions, but it's how it looks.
Right. They help you with both. They want to make sure that you're getting exactly what you want, but also the efficiency and the ease of what you want. So maybe you want a gliding window where you had a fixed window. So we can help you with all of that.
And again, first 7 callers, 30% off your entire order, 888-713-7210. Thank you so much for listening. This is the Renewal Home Show.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. German police have detained a man they believe was connected to the Christmas market killings in Berlin.
A Tunisian man whose phone number was found in a cell phone used by Anis Amri, the truck hijacker who mowed down shoppers at an open-air market, killing 12. German police say there are other indications, too, that the man was involved in the attack.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklyn. John Kerry's time at the State Department winding down to the last few weeks.
Secretary of State will deliver what he believes should be the next steps in a Middle East peace process. This, as the incoming administration and the Obama administration's successor have a very different view on how things should be going in the Middle East.
Fox's Rich Edson, the president-elect, tweeting, "We cannot let Israel be treated with disrespect." And an Alabama woman getting an apology from the post office for her 6 canaries, which arrived crushed and dead, also in a box marked with tire tracks. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's your last chance for the best deals of the season during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announced, get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Or check out special year-end lease deals across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Fusion, Explorer, and the Built Ford Tough F-150. These are the best deals of the season for a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford year-end event. Your last chance to get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Ends January 3rd. Supply of vehicles with Ford Smart Bonus is limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT 350, Ford GT, F-150 Raptor, F-650, or 750. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com to find specially tagged vehicles and for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, taking retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/3/2017. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
Council. It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The peanut industry recently held a meeting in Washington, and during that meeting, they made a special presentation to the United States Department of Agriculture Warehousing Division. It was called the 100 Years of Excellence Award. Accepting the award was Sandra Wood, Assistant Deputy Administrator for Commodity Operations. The USWA was signed into law by President Wilson back in August 11, 1916. It's a regulatory act which allows agricultural commodity warehouses to voluntarily apply and be issued a license to operate a public warehouse. As a result of the market back then, the USWA was enacted to enable farmers and producers to store their crops and receive a negotiable warehouse receipt from a bonded warehouse and use that receipt for collateral. It therefore allowed farmers an opportunity to sell their production when prices warranted it rather than right at harvest when prices are typically very low. The legislation was written to allow inclusion of ag commodity groups. There are 16 such groups today, they said. That includes cotton, grain and rice, wool, tobacco, peanuts, broom corn, along with some seeds and other items. The highest profile licensee of having a warehouse was President Jimmy Carter, who was a licensed warehouse operator for his cotton warehouse in Plains, Georgia, years ago. He also followed that with a peanut license to use warehousing.
I've been looking all over the world.
Hey y'all, I'm Josh Turner. Whether you're a hometown girl or a backwoods boy, come to Nashville for the 2017 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. You'll see the biggest cattle industry trade show with over 6 acres of displays, plus an exclusive concert with Cowboys Night at the Opry. Mosey on down to Music City, February 1st through the 3rd. Find out more at beefusa.org.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Here are today's headlines from The Source, WOCA. A small plane crashed yesterday evening in Port Orange at the Spruce Creek Fly-In community, killing 2 people. The 2009 single-engine Epic LT crashed just before 6 p.m. in front of a home on Taxiway Lindy Loop. A witness told a Volusia County 911 dispatcher that he saw the plane fly into the fog and the plane was in an inverted flat spin when it came out of the fog, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. The plane crashed in the front yard but did not hit any homes. No one on the ground was hurt. 2 people on the plane were killed. Their identities will be released once next of kin are notified. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board were notified of the crash. A $10 scratch-off ticket given to a Central Florida man for Christmas turned into a $2 million present. The Florida Lottery yesterday announced that 39-year-old Jason Wagner claimed a top prize in the $2 million Holiday Millions scratch-off game at the agency's headquarters in Tallahassee. Wagner chose to receive his winnings as a one-time lump sum payment of $1.6 million. The winning ticket was purchased from the Publix store located here in Ocala at 2655 Northeast 35th Street. He said he received the ticket as a Christmas present from his sister. The $10 scratch-off game, $500,000 Holiday Millions, launched in October and gives players the chance to win more than $48 million in prizes, including 2 top prizes of $2 million. Scratch-off games account for about 65% of ticket sales and generated more than $734 million for the Educational Enhancement Trust Fund in the fiscal year of 2015 and 16. Authorities are saying a fire at a Central Florida hotel appears to have been set on purpose. A spokesperson for the Florida Fire Marshal's office told news outlets in Central Florida that several mattresses outside the hotel in Kissimmee appeared to have been set on fire early Friday morning. The scene of the incident was the Uno Boutique Hotel. The resulting blaze, which started near the back of the building in an area of new construction, did not harm anybody. It did, however, force at least 250 people to be evacuated from the hotel and were effectively displaced. Disney and Osceola County are reportedly helping many of these people find housing. Roughly 175 people are finding space to stay in area hotels. An Ocala man is in critical condition after he was hit by a car while walking at the intersection of Pine Avenue and 17th Street yesterday morning. Ocala police say 53-year-old Vernon Adams was walking south on Southeast 3rd Avenue around 7 a.m. when a car driving east on 17th Street hit him. Adams was taken to Ocala Regional Medical Center and is in critical condition. Police say the driver, identified as 30-year-old Robert Wambold, is a Marion County firefighter who was on his way to work at the time of the accident. Wambold got out of his car and gave Adams first aid until paramedics arrived. A family in Silver Springs is left homeless after their mobile home was destroyed by a fire Monday morning. Linda Simpson says she got a text message from her son Christopher McKinnon around 2:30 Monday morning saying his mobile home had caught on fire. Simpson said, "From what we understand and what we are told, something was thrown into their bedroom window which had exploded and caught on fire." She says her son Christopher was trying to save his girlfriend going down the hallway and he could not get the flames out. Simpson says McKinnon and his girlfriend Margaret Crawford made it out safely. She was rushed to Ocala Regional Medical Center with second-degree burns, while he was taken to Shands Hospital suffering from more severe third-degree burns. Florida's state fire marshals and Marion County Sheriff's deputies have not confirmed what caused the fire, but an investigation is ongoing. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Some fog patches around Wednesday morning, otherwise a warm day with clouds and sun. There may be a shower near the coast, high 79 to 83. Wednesday night will be partly cloudy and mild, low 59 to 63. Thursday remaining warm with intervals of clouds and sun, high 76 to 80. For Friday, partly sunny, breezy and cooler, high 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Thank you, Joe Lundberg. It's 9 minutes after 11 o'clock. It's really a beautiful day out there. 60. Oh, wait. Let me refresh this. I think it's a little bit warmer than that by now. 73 degrees right now. Temperatures expected to reach 80 before it's all said and done. Temperatures dropping to 60 tonight. I think he just told you the whole forecast. The one thing, I didn't listen closely. Did he say that Friday night, look for the lows around 34? That's what it looks like. So let's see. A few things I wanted to pass along to you. Have you finished all of your holiday sightseeing? What I mean by that is, do you go looking at the Christmas trees? For example, at the Appleton Museum of Art, they have a Christmas tree display, and we went to see it. WOCA has a tree there, and it's probably almost done with that run, I would guess. There's also a train for the holidays display happening across the street from the Paddock Mall at the Weber Center at the College of Central Florida, and built and operated by members of the Ocala Model Railroaders. This exhibit features model train layouts inspired by historical local landmarks, such as Six Gun Territory. Really? We've got to go see this. This event is really a gift that the school gives the community each year for the holiday season. There's a statement from Dr. Jennifer Frines, the Dean of Arts and Education over there. Thousands of patrons, young and old, come to enjoy the exhibit. Have you been to this? It says here, I think my favorite part is watching the train hobbyists who build and maintain these exhibits interact with the people who come along. They talk with older patrons about how things used to be and seem to love explaining to the little children the different types of trains and what they were used for. What else can you go? Where else can you go from the North Pole to the mountains of the mountains of the West to Ocala's Six Gun Territory in just a few steps? Wow, they've got Six Gun Territory on that little model train. An opening reception was back in the early part of December. The exhibit will be open daily during special gallery hours from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. It was closed for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and it runs through. I think it's still going on, right? I believe it's still going on. If you want to know, here's the phone number, 352-873-5809. Yeah, it's through the 30th. Okay, it's the 21st year they're doing this. It runs through December 30th. So you have today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. I mean, to enjoy it. The number to call for more information is 352-873-5809. I don't think it cost anything, by the way, to go. I will look at my notes here and tell you. All right, I have a fun topic here. It is the strange New Year's Eve customs around the world. I don't know if you have any of your own. Some of you have told me to eat beans, I think it was. Was it beans? It was a good luck thing? I don't remember. But I have the strange New Year's Eve customs from around the world. In Denmark, they save all of their unused dishes and plates until December 31st, when they shatter them against the doors of the homes of their friends and family. Well, that's crazy. So they go around the neighborhood or drive, I don't know. So this is in Denmark. They take their unused dishes and they break them on the doors of the homes of their friends and family. I can't imagine this being exciting. I mean, you have to, what if your door has glass in it? You can't do that. In Ecuador, here's a strange New Year's Eve custom. They celebrate the New Year by burning paper-filled scarecrows. They burnt paper-filled scarecrows at midnight. They also burned photographs from last year for good luck. Photographs from the last year. Well, I guess there are a few things you might want to forget about, so you burn the photographs. Burning paper-filled scarecrows at midnight. Paper-filled scarecrows. Okay. The next one is out of Maine. I'm sorry, out of Spain, not Maine. Out of Spain. In Spain, if you can manage to stuff 12 grapes in your mouth at midnight, then you will have good luck for a whole year. Wonder if I can do that. If you can manage to stuff 12 grapes in your mouth at midnight, you've achieved good luck for the whole year. In the Philippines, it's all about the cash. They believe that everything should be round so as to represent coins and bring wealth. Wow, we up to this already? They want you to have round food, round clothing. As long as it's round, it represents a coin and it'll bring wealth. That's in the Philippines. I've got more strange New Year's Eve customs on the other side of the break. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Some fog patches around Wednesday morning, otherwise a warm day with clouds and sun. There may be a shower near the coast, high 79 to 83. Wednesday night will be partly cloudy and mild, low 59 to 63. Thursday remaining warm with intervals of clouds and sun, high 76 to 80. For Friday, partly sunny, breezy and cooler, high 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards and excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us #1. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is Vanessa Lane Jennings with the Jennings Law Firm, located here in beautiful Ocala. Join me every single Friday at 10:30 for Legal Lane. We'll be discussing various legal topics such as family law, criminal law, contracts, and much more. So this is your chance to call in with your legal questions and have them answered. That's every Friday, 10:30, right here, WOCA The Source.
I'm looking at some of these New Year's traditions, or customs rather, and gosh, some of them are kind of weird. Do you do any of these things so far? All right, I'm down to the next one from South America. That's the whole continent, so I don't know if the whole continent does this. In some South American countries, wearing colored underwear will determine your fate for the new year. Red underwear means you'll find love, gold means wealth, and white signifies peace. Gosh, what do I want more? Wealth, love, or peace? How about a piece of love that's worth a lot? Let's see. In Japan, They ring all of their bells 108 times in alignment with the Buddhist belief that this brings cleanness. It's also considered good to be smiling going into the new year, as it supposedly brings good luck. Gosh, can you imagine if that one moment you sneeze? You're bad luck. If you're sneezing right at midnight, forget it. You're done. I wonder how many people smiled at midnight and then died like the next day. It wouldn't change anything. When people have their mind made up that they're going to believe in a superstition, it doesn't change anything. Let's see. In Peru, they have the Tacanacuy festival. Every year at the end of December, people in the small Peruvian village of Tacanacuy fist fight. They fist fight to settle their differences. Then they start off the year with a clean slate. Oh gosh, can you imagine that? Have a fist fight on New Year's Eve, and that way they're all done with it. Okay, now we're done. Shake hands and make up. In Switzerland, the custom at New Year's is to drop ice cream. In Switzerland, they celebrate the New Year by dropping ice cream on the floor. Well, that's easy to do, I guess. I wonder how much. You know, I mean, what did you picture when I said that? Did you picture like one scoop, like from your ice cream cone, or did you picture just a little drip? See, just a little drip. You could drop that, right? In Romania, the custom for New Year's is to throw a spare coin into the river to get good luck. Yeah. Throwing your spare, there must be a lot. You know what? If I lived in Romania, I'd be out there like the next morning swimming. I'd be getting all those coins. You know, somebody's got to be down there doing that, right? There's got to be somebody collecting those coins. Good morning. You're on the air.
I think all the dogs and cats in Switzerland can hardly wait for New Year's.
I know. Yeah, all the ice cream on the floor. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just plain fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's see. Here's another one in Puerto Rico. Anybody here from Puerto Rico? In some parts of Puerto Rico, they throw pails of water out of their windows to drive away evil spirits. That doesn't seem too hard to. You wouldn't have to clean anything up, right? You pour it out the window onto the lawn, just a bucket of water. You know, we do. I mean, if you think about confetti, that's kind of a mess. We do that at New Year's here, right? We throw confetti everywhere. Well, fireworks. Fireworks can be a mess, too. In Belgium, they take their livestock seriously, at least seriously enough that the farmers wish their cows a Happy New Year. In Belgium, the farmers go out and wish their cows. But they changed the wording a little bit. They say Happy Moo Year. Happy. Yeah, that's a joke. In Bolivia, coins are baked into sweets, and whoever finds the coins has good luck for the next year. I guess it's good luck as long as you don't break your tooth. They bake coins into sweets in Bolivia. In France, the French like to keep things simple and delicious. Every New Year, they consume a stack of pancakes. Well, that's easy to do. Stack of pancakes. Okay. In Colombia, as a New Year's custom, they carry their suitcases around with them all day in hopes of having a travel-filled year. They must like to get out of town in Colombia. They carry their suitcases with them. It's like a security blanket, a kid with a security blanket. In Denmark, to celebrate the New Year, people climb on top of chairs and jump into the New Year to bring good luck, right at the stroke of midnight. You know, there was a story Robin and I had a story a few days ago in Michigan. There was a nudist resort, and at midnight, they're all going to jump in the swimming pool. And the forecast temperature was 24 degrees. So they must have a heated swimming pool, otherwise it would be frozen over, right? I thought all the swimming pools in the north were empty this time of year, but apparently this one's not. And it's going to be filled with naked people at 12 o'clock, midnight, Saturday night. In Thailand, besides throwing buckets of water on each other, in Thailand, they also go around smearing each other with gray talc. Gosh, there's got to be a story behind that. In Chile, in Chile, the custom on New Year's Eve is to for families to spend the night in the company of their deceased loved ones by sleeping at the cemetery. Yay. That's kind of sad, isn't it? All right. The next one is in Romania. Didn't I have Romania already? Is Romania on here twice? I thought I had Romania already. Oh, I guess not. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, Romania was where they throw coins into the river. Okay, so I have two from Romania. Here's another one. Just like in Belgium, Romanian farmers try to communicate with their cows. Well, we said that already. If they succeed, then it means bad luck. If they succeed, however, it means bad luck. What? Just like in Belgium, Romanian, maybe they meant Belgium on the other listing. Oh no, that was the one where they. Oh my gosh, that's where they throw their coins. Okay, so forget the cow. The cows is in Belgium, and in Romania, if they talk to their cows and they somehow succeed, I don't know how you know, then that's bad luck. All right, in Ireland, they hit the walls with bread. Oh yeah. I don't think it's Wonder Bread. I would imagine it's like a big loaf, like a French bread or Italian bread, right? In Ireland, they hit the walls with bread to get rid of evil spirits. Huh. In South Africa, in some parts of South Africa, they throw furniture out the window. Oh, gosh. In Siberia, they jump into frozen lakes carrying tree trunks. It's not enough just to jump into a frozen lake. They also carry a tree trunk when they jump into the frozen lake. In Finland, people predict the coming year by casting molten tin into a bucket of water, and then they interpret the resulting shape. Gosh, that's like that test, that ink test, right? Where everybody sees something different? Remember Jethro Bodine from the Beverly Hillbillies? He always saw women. Remember? Every time he looked at an ink blot test. In Panama, effigies of everyone and anyone famous are burned as a way to start the new year off with good luck. Effigies of everyone and anyone famous. Ay. They're just burning famous lookalikes or effigies. In Scotland, the first person to cross the threshold of a home in the new year should carry a gift for good luck. Well, it's easy. The first person to cross the threshold of a home in the new year, okay? And the last one I have is something we do too. Eat in abundance in Estonia. In Estonia, people eat 7 times on New Year's Day to ensure abundance in the new year. They have to have it marked out. Wow, 7 times. I wonder if the last meal is just like, or maybe the first one is just like an olive or something. That's the whole meal. 7 times, you'd be awfully full if it was a full meal. All right, so those are the weird or funny or strange New Year's Eve customs from around the world here in Ocala. I'll tell you what I'll be doing. I'll be on my computer. I don't have a TV. Well, I own one, but I don't have it hooked up to anything. And so I will watch the internet, and I will look at probably Times Square, and who knows what else. Maybe I'll find something else on there to look at. And then I will sit in the chair with a big, tall glass of iced tea. And the custom for me, I've done this every year that I know of. The custom for me is to fall asleep at about 10:30, and then wake up at about 3 in the morning. That's my custom. And it brings good luck every year. Every year I fall asleep before New Year's, and I wake up after New Year's, and then I say, Happy New Year, and that's it. It seems to work out for me. That's my custom. All right, we are up against a break. I have no idea if anybody is going to be here for Fun with Joe. I know Tish is here, but I'm not so sure if anybody. It's a really quiet day here at WOCA. I think I'll get busy after we go off the air, and I'll start to disassemble the Christmas tree. It was so fun to have that Christmas tree in here this year because we had so many toys around that tree from all of you. It was really a successful season as far as I'm concerned. Really, really a good one. So I'm really happy about this. And it's beautiful out there. So if you want to go swimming, go swimming. It has nothing to do with good luck in the new year. It just has to do with the fact that you live in Florida and it's 80 degrees, or it will be in probably an hour or two. We'll take a little break, and when we come back, I don't know if we're doing Fun with Joe or not. If nobody's here, then I guess what I'll do is I'll just do a best of. I'll just find a Fun with Joe. Is somebody here? Oh, I hear Dan. Okay, Dan is here. We will have fun with Joe. What is the game today then? If Dan is in here, I have. This is perfect for Dan. These are New Year's Eve movies. New Year's Eve movies. That's the Fun with Joe game today. We will take a break. Hey, where's my stuff? Dan's writing on the thing. We'll take a break and be right back in about 10 minutes for Fun with Joe with Dan and Tish. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. German police have detained a man they believe was connected to the Christmas market killings in
A
Berlin.
Tunisian man whose phone number was found in a cell phone used by Anis Amri, the truck hijacker who mowed down shoppers at an open-air market, killing 12. German police say there are other indications, too, that the man was involved in the attack.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin. John Kerry's time at the State Department winding down to the last few weeks.
Secretary of State will deliver what he believes should be the next steps in a Middle East peace process. This as the incoming administration and the Obama administration's successor have a very different view on how things should be going in the Middle East.
Fox's Rich Edson, the president-elect, tweeting, "We cannot let Israel be treated with disrespect." And an Alabama woman getting an apology from the post office for her 6 canaries, which arrived crushed and dead, also in a box marked with tire tracks. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's your last chance for the best deals of the season during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announced, get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Or check out special year-end lease deals across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Fusion, Explorer, and the Built Ford Tough F-150. These are the best deals of the season for a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford year-end event. Your last chance to get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Ends January 3rd. Supply of vehicles with Ford Smart Bonus is limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT350, Ford GT, F-20 Raptor, F650, or 750. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com to find specially tagged vehicles and for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, taking retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/3/2017. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
Council. Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Here are today's headlines from The Source, WOCA. A small plane crashed yesterday evening in Port Orange at the Spruce Creek Fly-In community, killing 2 people. The 2009 single-engine Epic LT crashed just before 6 p.m. in front of a home on Taxiway Lindy Loop. A witness told a Volusia County 911 dispatcher that he saw the plane fly into the fog and the plane was in an inverted flat spin when it came out of the fog, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. The plane crashed in the front front yard but did not hit any homes. No one on the ground was hurt. 2 people on the plane were killed. Their identities will be released once next of kin are notified. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board were notified of the crash. A $10 scratch-off ticket given to a Central Florida man for Christmas turned into a $2 million present. The Florida Lottery yesterday announced that 39-year-old Jason Wagner claimed a top prize in the $2 million Holiday Millions scratch-off game at the agency's headquarters in Tallahassee. Wagner chose to receive his winnings as a one-time lump sum payment of $1.6 million. The winning ticket was purchased from the Publix store located here in Ocala at 2655 Northeast 35th Street. He said he received the ticket as a Christmas present from his sister. The $10 scratch-off game, $500,000 Holiday Millions, launched in October and gives players the chance to win more than $48 million in prizes, including 2 top prizes of $2 million. Scratch-off games account for about 65% of ticket sales and generated more than $734 million for the Educational Enhancement Trust Fund in the fiscal year of 2015 and 16. Authorities are saying a fire at a Central Florida hotel appears to have been set on purpose. A spokesperson for the Florida Fire Marshal's office told news outlets in Central Florida that several mattresses outside the hotel in Kissimmee appeared to have been set on fire early Friday morning. The scene of the incident was the Uno Boutique Hotel. The resulting blaze, which started near the back of the building in an area of new construction, did not harm anybody. It did, however, force at least 250 people to be evacuated from the hotel and were effectively displaced. Disney and Osceola County are reportedly helping many of these people find housing. Roughly 175 people are finding space to stay in area hotels. An Ocala man is in critical condition after he was hit by a car while walking at the intersection of Pine Avenue and 17th Street yesterday morning. Ocala police say 53-year-old Vernon Adams was walking south on Southeast 3rd Avenue around 7 a.m. when a car driving east on 17th Street hit him. Adams was taken to Ocala Regional Medical Center and is in critical condition. Police say the driver, identified as 30-year-old Robert Wambold, is a Marion County firefighter who was on his way to work at the time of the accident. Wambold got out of his car and gave Adams first aid until paramedics arrived. A family in Silver Springs is left homeless after their mobile home was destroyed by a fire Monday morning. Linda Simpson says she got a text message from her son Christopher McKinnon around 2:30 Monday morning saying his mobile home had caught on fire. Simpson said, "From what we understand and what we are told, something was thrown into their bedroom window which had exploded and caught on fire." She says her son Christopher was trying to save his girlfriend going down the hallway and he could not get the flames out. Simpson says McKinnon and his girlfriend Margaret Crawford made it out safely. She was rushed to Ocala Regional Medical Center with second-degree burns while he was taken to Shands Hospital suffering from more severe third-degree burns. Florida's state fire marshals and Marion County Sheriff's deputies have not confirmed what caused the fire, but an investigation is ongoing. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Some fog patches around Wednesday morning, otherwise a warm day with clouds and sun. There may be a shower near the coast, high 79 to 83. Wednesday night will be partly cloudy and mild, low 59 to 63. Thursday remaining warm with intervals of clouds and sun, high 76 to 80. For Friday, partly sunny, breezy and cooler, high 59 to 63. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Sunrise Automotive, this is Matt.
Hey, Matt, it's Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Listen, we're going to be doing some traveling, and the wife, of course, is going to be doing a lot of shopping. I need to make sure the car is in good shape.
Why don't you just bring it on by? Let us check it out. We can check all your belts, your hoses, your tires, all your fluids. In out of town, is that up north in the cold?
Yep.
Okay, let's check your antifreeze. Also, let's make sure your washer fluid has got alcohol in it so it doesn't freeze up north, because that makes for a rotten day. And let's check your air pressure in your tires. Let's look at your brakes, make sure everything is safe and secure there. Let's go through it and just make sure everything is ready to go on the road. You due for an oil change?
Yep.
Whenever you come in to get your oil change, we always check your belts, your hoses, all your lights. We go through and make sure that everything is working properly. We check all your fluid levels. We do that every time you come in to Sunrise Automotive.
So just call you back at this number?
Yeah, just give me a call back at 690-1993 whenever you're ready to come in. And you can drop it off, leave it with us, whatever's most convenient for you. Look forward to seeing you at Sunrise Automotive.
Have you heard of HyperDirectory? When looking for local businesses, go to hyper.directory. No need for www, no need for .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to local companies when it matters most. HyperDirectory is your local business directory partnered with the Ocala Chamber and Economic Partnership to bring you trusted local businesses. Keeping Ocala local. Use hyper.directory. No www, not even .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to businesses when it matters most.
Today in Florida Ag News, I'm a Southeast AgNet. We're just a little over 3 weeks away from seeing the current administration moving over to make room for the incoming faces. And this, of course, includes various posts within the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Southeast AgNet asked FSA Administrator Val Docini how they were handling the pending changes.
Well, we're committed to a smooth and collaborative transition between